Next Saturday, Jacksonville's own Leroy Butler and Jaguars great Tony Baselli will be enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. And starting tomorrow night, we'll kick off our week-long Hall of Fame coverage. But joining me now to talk about Leroy and Tony's career accomplishments is First Coast Sports analyst James Coleman. James, open casket clean as always. So good to see you tonight.
Hey, man, it's good to be seen.
Let's start with Leroy Butler, a guy that you know very, very well. First from his days at FSU and then on to the Green Bay Packers. Let's start over in Tallahassee. Talk about what he meant to that university.
Well, DBU is what we're known as. I mean, we got 2 yellow jackets now. I'm gonna have a few more when it's all said and done. But just being excellent, playing at a high level, going to the NFL, that's just what everybody was known. From a certain, I think since 1989, FSU has had a DB get drafted or play in the league ever since then when you do the averages. Leroy was one of those guys that continued to do that, but just being basically local, 2.5 hours away, being able to do what he did, the crowd being able to see him is definitely a fan favorite, always played excellent, one of Mickey Andrews' legacies.
James, you said you saw Leroy Butler not that long ago here in town. He has been a man who is very unselfish. He's done a lot for this community. Talk about that and what he means to Jacksonville.
I mean, I got a chance to see him at Guns N' Hoses. He was a judge there, and just what he did with his Leroy Butler Foundation, it gave motivation to guys like me to be able to come out and do some things in the communities that raise you, communities that you look like. A lot of people who I know who talk about him, talk about just even the football league that he had, just the impact that what he had last, even when he's not doing it as much. And I think that says something. It's not about what you just do on the field, it's what you do off the field. He's just a great all-around guy. He's a Hall of Famer in life.
James, I guess we're doing good on time because producer's not giving me any time cues, but that is all right. Let's talk about Tony Baselli. First pick in franchise history for the Jaguars. First Jaguar who's going to be enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What do you think about Tony's career?
I mean, Tony's just, everybody talked about it. He's like the best lineman that wasn't in. Everybody discussed that, how great he was, how high of a level that he played, going up against the best, even making some all-time greats a little upset about the butt whoopings that he gave him.
You talking about Bruce Smith?
Yeah, Bruce Smith. I didn't want to do it to you, Bruce, but I mean, he did, but I mean, just being able to be known as an offensive lineman in today's game, or even back then, is very difficult. But Tony Baselli is a guy that was respected by his peers across the league as a fierce competitor, and paved the way for a lot of other Jaguar greats that probably deserve to be able to be in there too. But he's clearly arguably one of the best players to ever play for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it's clear he needs to be in.
I also want to give you credit for working these cameras tonight. Boy, he's going from that 2 shot to that 1 shot, doing his thing. I like that. And before we wrap up, James, just talk about how excited you are personally for both of these guys.
Oh, man, it's great, again, for a guy who loves the local community in Jacksonville, even as a transplant and as a Knoll, to see Leroy be able to go up there and get that jacket is just a thing of greatness. And just to see what Tony Baselli's done with his foundation, with how he's made Jacksonville a home as well. Again, it's much earned, not just because of what they did on the field, but what they did off the field.
Big game James on his game tonight. Thanks for coming in and talking to me tonight, my friend. I always appreciate it.